Hello everybody and welcome to Redmen TV and my match reaction after Liverpool drew 0-0 with Manchester United at Anfield in what was one of the most frustrating games of football I've watched in a long time, if I'm being really honest. Liverpool ran out of ideas, to be brutally honest. Towards the end it just wasn't happening for so many of the attacking lads. Like, we all wax lyrical about the options that we've got in attack, and yeah, Diogo Jota's obviously out injured at the moment. To be honest with you, it felt like a game that could have done with his clinical nature in front of goal, because when it got to the final third, Liverpool dominated much of this game. Like, let's have it right. United came with a game plan that was to frustrate and sit deep and make life hard and get men behind the ball, and they executed it pretty well. They had a couple of moments themselves on counter-attacks in transition, that type of stuff. But relatively speaking, Liverpool did have the lion's share possession, did have the ball in the sort of final third in dangerous moments time and time again, but just wasn't clicking. Szoboszlai, Salah, Nunes, Diaz, you name it, it wasn't happening for any of them. They weren't on the same wavelength too often. It was misplaced pass, overhit pass. It was just, not pretty from Liverpool perspective, quite frankly. When you look at it on the face of it, in terms of, draw at home against one of our arch rivals, is it a disaster? Possibly, when you look at where they are right now, how fragile they are, how low in confidence they are. They were there for the taking, let's be perfectly honest about it. But Liverpool, to a man, 1-11, weren't at the races. They just weren't. There's a couple of performances where you look at and go, okay, you were up to it. I think Van Dijk was solid enough when called upon at the back. I think Simicast as well at left back as well. Diaz was lively enough, but it's a couple of really frustrating moments with him too. I think Wataru in midfield did okay. I thought Gravenberch was good for the most part whilst he was on. He obviously got hobbles off injured in the second half, which probably wasn't part of the plan for Liverpool. But Klopp played all his cards. You went Gakpo, we went Elliott, you went Diaz, Curtis Jones rather, for Diaz. He tried absolutely everything. He rolled every single possible dice, but ultimately it just wasn't enough. We went Trent in midfield for a little bit as well, seeing if that would have the desired effect. But yeah, not loads to talk about in terms of clear-cut chances. Van Dijk and Konate both go close in the first half via corners. Probably should do better. Potentially Konate especially ends up heading over. Konate in the second half has a really nice effort from, it was a turn inside the box. He turned on a sixpence and got a shot away, but it was straight at Onana. Trent goes close with a long-range effort, which it looked like it was destined for the bottom corner for a minute. There's a couple of half shouts for penalties as well. Luke Shaw handball, there's a tackle on Diaz, but nothing nailed on really to talk about. No sort of massive injustice when it comes to the referee decisions. So Liverpool have only got themselves to blame. It was a game that was there for the taking. United, yes, they came, they sat deep, they made life hard, but Liverpool had enough of the ball. We had enough possession. We had enough moments in the game to be clinical, to make it count, but the execution just wasn't there. It was just lacking across the pitch. The big lads who you look to on these sort of days, on these sort of occasions, did not stand up to be counted whatsoever. And ultimately, I don't think I can argue too much with dropping 2 points. It's annoying. I'm livid. It's not what I wanted nor hoped for. I'd have took the scrappiest 1-0 you've ever seen, obviously, but yeah, just a properly frustrating afternoon. And it's Arsenal and Aston Villa that capitalise on it. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at Man City dropping points yesterday, it's not a catastrophe. But Arsenal move clear. We leapfrog Villa again with the point. But it's tight at the top. And when we've got Arsenal to come to Anfield next week, if we play like that next week, we'll really struggle to beat Arsenal, because Arsenal are firing all cylinders right now in terms of their results, their performances. They swept Brighton aside early on today. We've just had a United side very low in confidence, at probably their lowest ebb for a long time, and there's been some low ebbs around. And we couldn't break them down. We couldn't do it, and it wasn't good enough. Pretty much exclusively, it just wasn't good enough. So I'm not going to spend too much time dwelling on it, because I'm only making myself more angry, quite frankly. But I'm sure you all agree, Liverpool were not at it. Liverpool were not good. It was not pretty. It was properly annoying. Yeah. Anyway, sound, loads more post-match content to come as ever, including the final word show tomorrow morning on Redmen Plus, where we try and make some sense of what we just seen. It won't be easy, because it wasn't very good at all. Really frustrating. Sound. Nice one for watching, nice one for getting involved as ever. Please make sure you follow us on every single platform. You are the best. Thank you so much. Liverpool were not the best. Liverpool were pretty shit. Take it easy.